Hello, if anyone's there. Just sitting here on the couch with the cats. Got a little toy thing here. I thought I'd do this as a live because it's easy to do with the phone, rather than do a video and have it upload either as a short or a regular video. If no one turns up, no worries. No one may turn up because I'm not doing any songs tonight. But I have a little bit of news. Oh, we have some. Hi, Richard. Thank you for joining. See if anyone else is. Duran, hi. Angela, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. I appreciate you joining me. I apologize again. Oh, hi. It's Lars. Great Vanzini. Thank you for joining. Yeah, my apologies again. I'm not doing any songs tonight. Alma, hi. Thank you for joining. I just wanted to catch people up with what's been going on. Firstly, let me tell you what hopefully is good news. I've achieved the required number of viewing hours and subscribers to monetize the channel. Now I've applied, YouTube notified me that, so I applied for monetization. I did the first couple of steps, and now I understand it's under review, and YouTube say it's reviewing the channel to make sure it's okay for monetization, but that can take up to a month. So, yep, that's right. Cats are here. You can see a few of them here. Well, that may be that entertainment might be something of a substitute for the songs, but yep. Are they? They're doing Zoom, is Angela? Yeah. So that was the good news today. I've successfully achieved what I needed to achieve to monetize the channel. Now it's up to YouTube. They're doing the review of the channel to make sure everything is good and the channel complies. Now, obviously, there are quite a lot of cover songs on my channel that I've recorded and done videos for, and copyright has been claimed on some, which means that I understand that the publishers are okay with the cover being there, and any advertising revenue they will get from that. So I don't know how that plays with YouTube. We'll see what YouTube says. If they say, yeah, go ahead, you can do super chats and memberships, or if they say no, because of these videos, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So we'll see. Now, I've decided not to play music again tonight. My hand feels still very stiff, and when I try and do things with it, it hurts. I've been researching as much as I can. It does sound like a kind of strain injury, tendon strain. No doubt because I went from playing not very often, once a week, maybe even less than that. And then when I started these live streams, I was playing almost every night for 2 or 3 hours. At first, I was just suffering from sore fingertips, which I expected because I realized my calluses had to build up. But then the last few times leading up to Christmas, my hands began to feel very stiff, and it hurt to stretch to make certain chord shapes. I thought it was just you know, just kind of rustiness. I try to play through that discomfort. I don't know whether that was a good thing to do, but it just got worse and worse. And I figured, like last night and today, give my hand a rest from playing, and hopefully the natural healing process will help sort it out. I've been trying to learn what I can online. It does sound like tendon strain. It could be a little carpal tunnel. It could be also trigger finger, because I get that slight painful clicking in one or two of the fingers. Again, it all comes down to overuse. I remember when I was very young, when I just learned guitar, and even right up into my early 30s, I'd be playing guitar all the time. I'd come home from work and I'd easily play for 2 or 3 hours. It didn't bother me. If anything, it was good because it kept my fingertips calloused, and I was always ready to play. I was always well rehearsed. Well, it seems now, probably because after a long time of not using them much, I should have gradually built up playing and not gone straight into 3 hours a night every night. But we'll see what happens. I figured I'd give it a rest, see how it goes over the weekend, and if it's not any better by Monday, I'm going to probably go to a CVS Minute Clinic, at least get it looked at, and if they have to refer me to someone else, so be it. Yeah, just doing that, I can feel something's going on and something hurts. It's strange because otherwise I feel really good today. I went out during the day, I went out in the evening, just running errands, and I had lunch in a very nice place. But yeah, I slept well. And I feel great, apart from the fact, if I do anything with my hand, it hurts. And I really feel like playing. That's the great irony. I wish I could just pick up the guitar and play and sing. But I'm a little bit scared of this, so I want to give this a rest. So, but thank you everyone who's joined here. And thank you, Jeron. And thank you, Alma, for being here and moderating, because so I don't have the computer here, so I can only see a very small version of the chat on the phone. Yeah, I see some comments have required moderators to step in and do their job, which I thank you for. Yeah, I know. I've got to, yeah, I've still got that list of songs I've got to check out and try and do. Oh, there's many cats in the background. And look, you see down there is Emerson, who, you know, Emerson's kind of old. He's not really bothered much with toys, but he's trying to get into the mood of things. And here, this is Emerson's brother. He even though they don't look much like each other, Emerson, and this is Lake from the same litter. And Lake's one of my best buddies. And here's Ziggy. You've heard Ziggy plays guitar. Well, this one doesn't, but yeah, he's a close companion of Ziggy. And here comes Jiminy Kitten. He's just off camera. You gonna come up, Jiminy? Over here, that's Dilly on the top there, Dilly Dalmatian. So yeah, I thought I'd just do a little live stream on the couch with the cats, just to catch people up with news. And it was easier just to do this than to pre-record a video and that. And it would be nice just to catch up with everyone. Yeah, you know, it's funny because I feel that the cats, when they come into the house, they bring their name with them. The name just occurs to me. Like Dilly Dalmatian here, when he was a kitten, he literally looked like a Dalmatian. He was white with black spots. And the black spots have kind of expanded to black patches now. But you can see him here with the toy. He's trying to chew through the elastic because maybe he's figured that that will release the toy so he could run off with it. But yeah, thank you for joining me tonight. It's good to have the company as well. I appreciate it. And thank you for the moderators for, you know, coming into the chat and moderating. You do a great job, and you provide great peace of mind for these live streams. And again, I'm so sorry. I really feel like I really want to pick up the guitar and play some songs, but I want this to get better, you know. Let's show some more of them. They're more interesting than me. Oh, the dryer's just made a noise. I had to launder some stuff tonight as well. We're getting a few. That's Steffi Kitten over there. Yeah, the cats you're seeing is just the tip of the iceberg, really. Anyone who knows me knows I've got a lot of rescue. They're all rescue cats. I didn't. They turned up in my yard because I live in an area that has had a huge feral cat population. So all the cats indoors have been fixed. They've been vaccinated. There are still other feral cats outside that are still kind of wild, but you know, I'm kind of at full capacity in the house, but I feed those as well. And there was one female cat out there, but she's been fixed, so no more kittens. So it's just a question of looking after them and feeding them, providing shelter for them. You know, Eric, I am not a non-profit. I've thought about doing that. I've had some people suggest that I become a non-profit, but then I've had other people, for example, the clinic I go to get get the cats fixed and whatever. I spoke to the surgeon there about becoming a non-profit, and she said, well, only do that if you're going to make it your full-time job. You can't do it if you've got a regular job. If you're going to be a non-profit, you have to treat it as a business. And I'm not in a position to do that because I do a day job. And again, I'm not in a position to take in other cats. You know, I've got these indoor cats, the outdoor cats that I feed. That there are other people doing the same as me in the area. Some of them are non-profits, but they also kind of they have a turnover where they find homes for cats and then they take in others. And again, those people treat it as a business. They do fundraisers and stuff. But yeah, I'm in the United States. I'm in Arizona. So I'm not currently a non-profit. I looked into that. You have to basically set up a business. You have to have. It's hard to do it as a single person. You're supposed to do it as like you have a board of directors. I don't know. Maybe that could change. But I work a regular, full-time job, and I do this in my, that is a possibility. Becoming a subsidiary. It's difficult because that's something to look into. I think I would still have to take on more responsibility than I could probably handle right now. Because if I'm trying to be a subsidiary of another non-profit, as I understand it, they would expect me to get involved in other things, which I'm not at liberty to do. They probably have me foster other cats, which I don't have room for. I don't know, there's a lot of questions, and quite honestly, working a full-time job and looking after these guys in the house, that fills up most of my non-work time. I looked into the non-profit situation, and I've had some good conversations, and like I say, the surgeon that I take the cats to said, only become a non-profit if you can really make it your full-time business, your full-time job. I could try approaching some other non-profits, see if I could become part of them, but I don't know. That's something to look into, perhaps. Yeah, and I don't know whether anyone else saw this. When I was researching this, I came across a news story of a young lady who was in a similar situation to mine, was taking in cats and decided to become a non-profit, and was so overwhelmed with the business side of things as I'm trying to do that. Let's just say it didn't work out well for her. And it's, for me to become a solo non-profit sounds like it would be more of a headache than it would be much more of a responsibility than I have right now. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, there were just two things. Sorry, Christian Williams. Yeah, I'm hoping my hand gets better. But if you just recently joined, the main news was I've achieved the required numbers of viewing hours and subscriptions to be able to monetize the channel. But it's not monetized yet. I've done the preliminary applications, and now YouTube says it's going to have to review my application, and they will let me know in about a month. They say it usually takes a month to determine whether they can grant me a monetized channel, so I can do super chats and memberships and stuff. And the other thing is, my hand hopefully is healing, but I'm going to give it a rest. If it's no better by Monday, I'm going to go see, I would probably go to a CVS Minute Clinic and see what they say, if I have to be referred somewhere else. I think I just overdid it, going from playing once a week, if that, to playing every night 2 or 3 hours, and I gave myself some repetitive strain injury. I've got tendon damage, which I hope is temporary, but we'll see what happens. But thank you all for joining. I don't have a catio. I've looked into that. I'd like, yeah. Again, it's stuff that costs money. That I mean, I need a new kind of cat tree thing in the house. That would be great. They've got a great one in Costco, but it's like $100. Um, I'm spending a lot of money on food right now, food and litter. One of the reasons I'm trying to get this channel monetized is to contribute to that. Yeah, I work a full-time job. It's a reasonable job, but um, it is a significant expense caring for all these animals. Um, Now, I like to think that the animals are well cared for. They do seem pretty healthy. They have their own bathroom with 6 litter robots. A couple of those could do with replacing. Um, the electronics is getting a bit glitchy, but I'm trying to work with that. It's all for these guys, you see. Currently indoors, I have 22 cats, and that's, I've determined, is full capacity. This is a cat toy stick. They're not sure whether to play or just to chill out. They're kind of in chill out mode right now. It's Lake, Siggy, Emerson, Dilly. Over there we've got Jack. And we've got Tiggy Kitten over there. Um, yeah, sometimes. I mean, generally they all get on well. There's one or two little conflicts going on that I need to figure out what to do. Um, but again, some of it is due to age as well. You know, some of the younger ones are a bit feisty, but generally they all get on pretty well. You know. Um, I had a cat in the past, but this all happened because I live in an area where there's a feral cat population, and it started with one cat coming into my yard that was feral. You know, she would come into my yard, and if I went outside, it would flee in fright. That cat had kittens, Emerson, Lake, and another one, Palmer, who sadly is no more. Um, but um, yeah, so it was a question of, and other cats began to appear in my yard, and there were other cats obviously having kittens. We're now, as far as I can tell, all the cats indoors are fixed. The ones outdoors, the females are fixed. Some of the males are, but at least there's no more kittens being born out there, as far as I can tell. I mean, that's not to say another unfixed cat will come into the yard. But let's just say I work in IT. I'm fortunate that I'm able to work from home right now. But yeah, generally the cats sleep in the day, so it doesn't interfere with my work in that way. I can, you know, work my full 8 hours a day while the cats sleep, and And then when they know when I finish work, they kind of get up themselves and they know it's feeding time. Yep. Yeah, it's all very well to say, well, too many cats, but if they weren't in here, I didn't go out and fight, they came here. A lot of these cats wouldn't be alive now if I hadn't taken them in, because it is a jungle out there. Um, we live in an area that has predatory birds like great horned owls, red-tailed kites, as well as coyotes come into the suburban areas. And also, I live in a place, some neighbors don't like cats, and I know some people have tried to poison feral cats out there. So, you know, it's all very well for people to say, hey, you got too many cats, and, you're a crazy cat guy. Well, I'd sooner be that than a person who makes those kind of accusations without knowing what they're talking about. And I'll tell you something else. Since the cats have been here, where I live, Mesa, it sometimes has a problem with roof rats. They're rats that go from house to house. They're typically attracted by citrus trees, and a lot of people here have citrus trees in their yards. And I once had, before the cat situation, I did get rats in the roof. Um, but you know what? Since we've had cats in the area, we've had no roof rat problem. I think the indoor cats don't go outside at all. I've got quite a reasonably sized ground floor house. There's no stairs. Everything's on the ground floor. And they have different rooms to go into, and they can run around. Um, in this kind of area, the outdoor cats are pretty feral. They're not cats you can typically touch, so they wouldn't come in anyway. Um, but I feed them. They seem to thrive. Um, I know that there are many dangers out there. Like I say, there are predators. There was a great horned owl I saw last year, and it was like 3.5 feet tall. Perched on next door's trampoline, and we're coming into nesting season for those predatory birds, the horned owls and the red-tailed kites, and they pick off kittens, they pick off small cats, they will even pick off people's small dogs, if they have to go outside. So, yeah, if these cats weren't indoors, a lot of them wouldn't be around anymore. That's what I've discovered. I mean, I knew very little about this cat situation, about cats in general, until this happened. And I've learned a lot since. Yeah, it's not quite feeding. There's some food out, and you can hear some cats crunching some dry food in the background. Yeah, it was a learning process learning how much to feed them, learning what to feed them. But I think you know, and when I've taken cats, when I've got them in the house for the first time and they're kittens, and I've been feeding them a while, and I take them to the vet to be fixed. The surgeon always says, "Oh, your cats are always healthy that you bring." So I appreciate that little compliment. Yeah. This is Sammy. I mean, I think a lot of people remember Emerson. Emerson often comes onto the piano toward the end of one of my live streams. This is Ziggy. This is Dilly Dalmatian. When he was a kitten, he was just like a little Dalmatian puppy. He was white with black spots, but the black spots have expanded to large black patches now. Yeah, as I say, it's not something I chose myself. Happened to be in an area where there was this large feral population. There were female cats birthing litters. I took in what kittens I could. Well, I literally took in the kittens, they came, and then got the females fixed. So we're in the situation right now is, to my knowledge, there are no outdoor females that have not been fixed. So, sorry, I missed what did Eric say. I don't have my computer. A 4-H club. I'll have to look into that. I don't know what that is. But yeah, I did look into becoming a non-profit. It seemed to be quite a major undertaking, and the surgeon, who I've gotten to know pretty well, says only become a non-profit if you can make it your full-time job. You can't have a regular day job. You've got and be a non-profit organization, because the business side means you have to treat it like a business. But I'll see what I can do. I'm doing what I can right now. Wow. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining. I'm sorry it's not been a musical. And you got the turtle there, Rufus. Wow. 4-H is the youth outreach program that is titled. Okay, I'll take a look at that. Yeah, I started to apply for a regular non-profit thing, but I had to, I needed a board of directors and stuff like that. I thought, well, it's just me. Yeah, it'd be great if there is just me. It's just me and the cats in this house, so I'm responsible for everything, and I'm just doing what I can. But the cats are fixed. The cats are vaccinated. They're healthy. Health issues are dealt with. There was an issue with struvite crystals, so we've switched to a prescription food, which has alleviated that issue. It's just making things a bit even more expensive, but at least no one has struvite crystals anymore. Oh, thank you, Gemini. Yeah, yeah. Right now that this isn't hurting at all. But if I try and pick something up, or even just doing that, yeah, then it hurts. And if I try and pick something up, it's like, ow. So I'm hoping the healing process will continue. That little pinky hurts as well when I try and bend it. But from what I can tell, it's tendon strain, tendon damage, which I hope is temporary. I think it will either heal or it can be treated, or in the worst case scenario, there can be surgery, and then there'll just be a recuperation process. Order gloves from Incrediwear. Okay. I'm having a drink as well. Because it's Friday night. You know, when I, as when the cats started to come in and I got up to about 10 cats, I did look into, I even set up a little website, you know, the Feralter family name I chose was originally meant to find people who would, you know, provide homes for these cats. And I put ads out, and the replies I got, I didn't get a single reply that I trusted. Um, the typical response I would get would be, because Arizona, where I live here, it's close to ASU, Arizona State University, and I would often get an inquiry saying, "Oh, my son or my daughter is moving to Phoenix to go to university, and I want to buy them I want them to have a cat as a moving in present. Um, but you know that we don't have much money, so can you waive the adoption fee?" I thought, I mean, the adoption fee was there just to make sure that just to filter out people that, you know, the wrong people, because I thought, well, if you can't afford the adoption fee, can you afford to feed the cat? Can you afford to take a cat to the clinic if it needs it? And yeah, it seems to be people wanting a cat as a piece of furniture or as an ornament to an apartment. And a lot of these cats, they seem to be thriving with the company of the other cats as well. There are sometimes little spats, but generally they all get on well with each other, as you can see. And I also, speaking to other people, when I would visit the clinic with a cat and talking to other people, you hear some sad stories. It just made me very wary about, you know, I mean, it would, how could I let this cat go? How could I let this one or that one go? You know, to all intents and purposes, as far as health and happiness goes, everything's okay here. The only thing that is difficult, it is difficult affording everything right now, which is why I'm trying to monetize the channel. Yeah, that's my dryer keeps saying, "Hey, this stuff's dry," but as you can see, I can't really move right now, and I'm speaking to you guys, so uh, yeah, the ages range from let's see, there's some six. The oldest ones are about 6 years old. The youngest ones are about 1 to 2 years old. Hey, don't shoot that. You're trying to release that toy, aren't you? Bite through the elastic. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't, you know. Yeah, Yeah, I have a lot of cats, but they all have names. They all have their own personalities. I have a relationship with every one of them. A parental relationship, and in many ways, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of expense, but it is. In other ways, it is a happy situation here. I love them. They love me. We've had some health issues which we've dealt with, and everyone's healthy right now. Oh, okay. Oh, hi Jasper, how's it going? Yeah, as you can see, yeah, I'm not playing music because I had trouble with my hand, but yeah. Oh, okay, no fighting, guys. There's a little argument over the toy over there for a moment. Oh, no worries. Yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to catch everyone up with the news that um, I've achieved the number of viewing hours and subscribers to apply for monetization of the channel. So I've applied, and it's now up to YouTube whether they're going to go ahead and allow me to have super chats and memberships. And they say it can take up to a month for them to make that decision. Um, I don't know how the existing cover songs, which are subject to copyright, that are on the channel will affect that. But the copyright issues have been claimed. No publishers have asked for those songs to be taken down, so I assume they're good with that. They're happy making money from any advertising drawn from those. So maybe that will be okay. But that'd be good to have super chats and well, I just hope I can get playing guitar again. I've really missed it. Tonight I really felt like picking up the guitar and playing, but I just want this to get better and heal. Yeah, I do some originals, Rufus. If you go to my channel, there's a playlist of original songs I've got. I mean, I don't consider myself um, a successful commercial songwriter. I get far more views from a cover song than I do from an original. But yeah, I've got some originals. I think I'm going to have to go soon because my dryer keeps telling me that the laundry's dry, so I'll probably have to retrieve that shortly. Yeah, yeah, I'm figuring what to do. Like I say, I was really enjoying doing the live streams, and the only issue I felt I was having was just um, hoping not to be too tired to do them. But then suddenly, the last few live streams I did, the pain in this hand began to build up, and I thought I've overdone it. I mean, that seems to be the issue. But otherwise, I was really enjoying doing the live streams. But we'll see how it goes. If this is not better by Monday, I'm going to go to a probably CVS Minute Clinic, get them, have a look at it, and see if they suggest I need to go to someone else who, I don't know what they call them, who deals with hand joints, whatever. Yeah, I'm perfectly happy to do this. Oh, hi, Paper Star. Thanks. Yeah. My oldest cat is 6 years old. Yeah, thanks, Rufus, for joining. Sorry again, we've had no live music tonight. I'll figure out what I can do. I could even set it up with the computer and do a fancier live stream and use something like, what is it, StreamYard or something, if people want to join the chat for any reason. We could talk about music or something. Do you think it could be carpal tunnel? I wondered about that myself as well, because I'm trying to figure out, and I've been looking at online at what it could be, and guitarist tendonitis, and it could be carpal tunnel. It could be the little kind of tunnels that the tendons go through in your fingers here. I don't know what it is. I just know it, it was worrying me. It was both hurting and it was limiting, and I wasn't able to play as well as I felt I should. It was hindering my playing for some, chord shapes and stuff. Yeah, I could do that. I mean, if you're happy with, I could come on live again tomorrow around about the same, and, uh, and chat about music, maybe play some existing videos, figure out how to do that. Oh, wow, that's amazing, Joseph. Oldest is a 13. Wow. Oh, wow, that's sad. I mean, this is generally, these cats have been healthy. The only health issue I've had is a couple of them about a year ago showed symptoms. There was blood in the urine, and you can see that easily. And it turned out to be struvite crystals. So I got a prescription for Hill's Science Diet, urinary care, and it's good food basically, and it dissolved crystals. And the two that had that issue, the one in particular had it more so than the other, but they both recovered within, a couple of weeks, which was great. But it means we've got to keep on that food. And it's hard to segregate the feeding. So basically, all the indoor cats eat the prescription food, but they seem to be thriving on it. And maybe, that's a good thing. Maybe it prevents any of the others getting struvite crystals as well. So prevention is sometimes better than cure. I thank you, mermaid. Ooh, you broke your wrist. Oh my. Yeah, Mara, I've been looking at that. Maybe it was because for these live streams I play sitting down because of where, it seems to be the best setup. I used to play standing up, so maybe it was that. But I don't know, I think it was just that I went from playing like once a week, if that, to playing every night for 2 or 3 hours, and I think I just overdid it. And I didn't realize I was overdoing it until the last few times. But thank you everyone for joining and for, for liking, even though, this has been a non-musical live stream. I appreciate it. Yeah, it feels I'm getting a bit of numbness and tingling. Um, and it hurts when I do certain things. And what was happening the last few musical live streams I did, I noticed my hand felt very stiff and it hurt to make some of the chord shapes, but I pushed through it and the pain would seem to recede as I played. But then the next day when I woke up, wow, yeah, I could really feel it. Yeah, I looked into that. You see, the indoor cats have always had a mixture of dry and wet food because, people used to say, oh, dry food is better for the teeth, whereas wet food is better for the urinary processes. So that I would get them both, and they still have both. They have prescription wet food and prescription dry food. So they get a bit of both. But can you see the inflammation? I don't know. It's these two hurt in particular. These two not so much, but these two, ow, yeah, that hurts. Yeah. I mean, I figured that if I didn't play, like I didn't play last night, I thought maybe it'll get better today. I don't know that it is getting better. I looked online, some, little physiotherapy things, finger exercises. I don't know if that helped or made it worse. But I figured at least just not giving the playing a rest for a few days, see how that does. Well, hi Halcyon, thanks. I'm glad people are new to the channel. I'd ask people to like and subscribe, but I don't feel, because I'm not doing the music right now, I feel a bit of a fraud for asking for that. Or, but it's nice that, thank you everyone for joining, even though it's not a musical live stream tonight. So you're on, docs thought yours was carpal, had an MRI and it was not, had extensive damage and tearing in. Oh, your insurance bailed on me. Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks. Oh, yeah, thank you, Halcyonic. But yeah, yeah. I think the cats are appreciating that I'm not doing the music tonight, actually. That I'm just hanging out with them. Yeah. You get used to it. The thing about cats is, I work from home and basically during the day while I work, they just sleep, they don't need any kind of, um, they don't require any work at all during the working day. And then they know when I finish work, they get up, stretch, and say, "Okay, let's have some food." And they like to play a little bit in the evening. So maybe we can consider this to be cat therapy. Well, they're from different litters, but um, they're from two different mothers. Obviously, they have various different fathers, but the females are fixed now, so we're good. Well, I could go through the names. Yep. Which cat is the smart? That's an interesting question, because people think, oh, a cat is a cat and a cat does that, but they all have different personalities. This is Shuggy. This, all right, I realise you can't really see which cat I'm petting right now. This is Shuggy. A lot of people know Emerson there. Dilly Dalmatian here. Sammy over there. Jack over there on the little table. There's some guys behind me here. Oh, wow, 85 cats, yeah. Well, Emerson could be the smartest, but he certainly considers himself the parent of them all because, every cat that came in, he kind of would groom and, yeah, Emerson considers himself the father of all the cats. This is Lake, Emerson's brother, from the same litter. Yeah, I mean, I'm in this situation because obviously people in the area have had cats, not had them fixed, let them out. They've had litters, and then those litters have grown up and had litters. So they're basically, there was a feral population of cats that were unfixed, that were foraging for food. So the indoor ones were kittens from some of those feral litters that because they were born either in my backyard or nearby, their mothers would bring them, because I would feed the feral cats that were there, and then if they were mothers, that they would bring them into the yard to feed. And because I managed to have contact with them when they were kittens, that meant I was able to get them used to me. They were able to get used to the house. They would come into the house. I was able to socialize them. So the indoor cats, even though they're from feral litters, became like regular domestic cats. There are still cats outside that are very feral, which you can't touch, but at least there are no unfixed females out there, at least in my yard or in the immediate vicinity. So yeah, that's basically how it happened. These cats were all kittens that outdoor cats, feral cats had that, or because I was able to get in contact with them when they were very young. It meant I was able to, at first they'd be fearful, but by playing with them with a wand and feeding, I was able to pet them, and then they would come into the house purely out of curiosity or to try and be the first to get the food before I brought it out. Or sometimes, a kitten would literally come to the window, see the other cats indoors, and was tapping on the window, wanting to come in. So some of the later cats that happened with, they could see other cats in here, and they obviously were interested in coming in the house, so let them in, and they stayed. Yeah, I mean, I guess I am a crazy cat man, but like I say, it isn't something I chose to do. It just happened. Um, Feral population in the area, unfixed cats were having litters. They were bringing them into the yard. I was able to um, make contact with the kittens, get them used to me from an early age, and then was able to get the mother cats fixed. How's that got stuck under there? Oh, here we go. Well, thank you for joining this. How many? Oh, we've still got quite a few viewers. I'm not even playing music. It's amazing. Got a guy right on my shoulder here. Hey. Yeah, well, thank you everyone for bearing with me. I appreciate that. Like I thought I'd do this as a live stream rather than just post a video saying, "Hey, sorry, I know, but here's the latest news." But you know, um, I appreciate this little group of friends we've become, and it means a lot to me, and I appreciate you. I want to be back playing music soon because music is all part of it. And yeah, I hope it is. Even if I'm not doing the music, I appreciate you being here, and I hope it is of you people find it entertaining in some way, or some kind of diversion. I thank you. I know too. I live in an area where I think neighbours mostly think I'm just a crazy cat guy. I've had running with a couple of neighbours who, even though I've taken cats off the street and got outdoor cats neutered to stop them having more kittens, they don't seem to like what I'm doing. They don't like cats, and they think I'm part of the problem. Whereas I see I'm part of the solution. Would these are cats that would be outdoor. Well, a lot of these indoor cats wouldn't be around anymore because of the predators and because of you know I I've heard that people in the area try poisoning cats because their solution to the feral cat problem is to put poisoned food out for them. You know, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, some of the runnings I've had, probably best not if I start talking about that because I get upset about that, and then I don't want to make other people upset. But yeah, some people don't seem to like what I'm doing, even though it's, if anything, it's helping the community. You know, I've taken cats off the street. I've got outdoor cats fixed. I'm feeding them, so that I'm feeding them in my yard so they don't go into their yards looking for food, you know? Yeah. Well, I have no rats. We get, you know, there are people around here who keep chickens, and the, and rats love chicken food, you know. But and they and rats love citrus from citrus trees, oranges, grapefruit that people have in their yards. And I remember Mesa was where I live. It had a roof rat problem. The roof rats would go from house to house. They would go in one house, you know, have babies, you know, then go to the next house. And since we've had the cats, no rat problem. I think the rats know to keep away, you know. Yeah, particularly in an environment like this, because the desert summers are brutal and the winters are dangerous because of the predatory birds and animals. I meant to, because I did take a short video of one time, it was a couple of years ago. There was a great horned owl, and it was on my neighbour's um, trampoline set. And this thing was like 3.5 foot tall, perched, you know. Because you thought, well, how can an owl carry away a cat? Well, you can believe it when you see the size of these things. And I once was looking in the backyard and I saw a red-tailed kite catch a pigeon. And I thought it was an eagle. This thing was massive. But yeah, it's just a red-tailed kite. But you can imagine those carrying off any kind of small animal. So, and you know, we get coyotes coming to these suburban areas. But yeah, yeah. I mean, there are cats that live outdoors, but they are out. They are like ferals that were, you know, they they came to my yard as grown-up cats. So these indoor cats, I managed to get to know them when they were kittens, so they got used to me. So they basically became outdoor, human-friendly cats, although they don't always like other humans that come into the house, but um, they're okay with me. The outdoor ones that are staying outdoors are, were grown-up ferals when I met them, so basically they can't be touched, they can't be petted, but they tolerate me to bring out food to them. Yeah. Oh, thank you, my moderators. I don't know what was said, but I trust your judgment, and I'm sure you exercise the correct discretion there. Yeah, yeah, you know, it's the internet, and internet has trolls. Yes, indeed, Angel. If you check out the other, please like and subscribe to my channel, and please watch my music videos. Yeah. Yeah, the reason I'm doing this kind of live stream tonight is because up until a few nights ago, I was doing acoustic guitar songs but I was doing like 2 or 3 hours a night, and I was beginning to get, I, I believe I have some tendon strain or tendon damage. Um, it was affecting my playing and it was hurting. So I'm giving it a rest for a few nights, see what happens. And I will probably see a clinic if it's not any better by Monday. Yep. And I was loving it, you know. I was I was enjoying playing every night, and it was I felt at first, and this is the great. It was about was it 3 or 4 weeks I was doing it nightly, with the occasional. I think I only took 2 nights off, and it was building up my calluses again, and I felt my playing was improving because I thought I was on a positive streak, but then the last few nights before Christmas, the pain started coming in, the stiffness, and I realized there was some damage being done. So, yeah. Well, there's the mother cat of Emerson is still comes in my backyard. I cannot pet her, but I did manage to trap her and get her fixed, so she can't have any more kittens. She's still out there. She's friends with a couple of other cats out there that someone else has fixed, and I can tell they're fixed because they have the ear clip. But they can't be petted, and they, even there is one cat that will come just into the laundry room but won't stay. Um, but even then, I'm at full capacity indoors. And like I say, the mother cats that are out there, I, I, I got to know them when they were already grown up and feral, and they can't be touched, they can't be petted. But they appreciate me. They give me the blinky eyes when I go out to feed them. But they always keep like at least a 5 foot distance from me. If I try and go anywhere nearer to them, they back off or run away. But they're being fed. They've got shelter out there. I've got some boxes and I've got kind of patio cover, so they can shelter from the rain and the sun. I put ice out there in the desert summers. Try and help them keep cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even the outdoor ones have got names, and I talk to them. They seem to appreciate that, and they're fine with me as long as I don't try and make a move to try and pet them. They won't come any closer than about 5 feet. You know. Yep. Yeah, but then 2 to 3 hours sounds a lot, but that would be. I figured that was a typical gig because when I used to gig in a restaurant, that would be it. Be 3 hours. It would be 6 p.m. till 9 p.m. and I'd have one, maybe two breaks, but the breaks were only like 10, 15 minutes. And even then, I might play after 9 o'clock. If there were a couple of requests or. So I thought it was no big deal. I think it was. Maybe it's getting older. Maybe it was doing like 3 hours every night without any break. I'm just hoping, yeah, I'm hoping this gets better. Like just doing that hurts. It shouldn't. Right, yeah. Huh, have to try that. Yeah, I think there's some kind of supplement you can take that can help. Is it like some kind of collagen type supplement you can take to help restore tendons and stuff? I don't know how well it works because, I read one thing today that says, when it happens late in life, it's probably, even if the damage is microscopic, it's damage and it's probably going to stay damaged. So I don't know. It's a shame because my fingertips have got really nicely calloused, and that was a great thing for the first few weeks. I thought this is great. My fingertips have built up. I'm, because I'm playing so frequently, it was sharpening up my playing. My playing was getting better, but then the last few days, the pain and stiffness meant my playing was suffering as well. But yep, yeah, it does feel like some inflammation here. Well, no, all these indoor cats were cats that were born of feral cats that their mothers would bring into the backyard because I was feeding the mothers, and even though I couldn't touch the mothers, they trusted me enough to eat food. And because I got to know these cats when they were kittens, although they were kind of a bit skittish at first, it was easy to, especially if you take out a birdie wand like this or a toy to play with them, they started to play, and then you're able to pet them, and then they start getting bolder. Then they start wanting to come into the house. None of these cats in the house were trapped. All these cats came into the house because they wanted to come in. And then, at first for the food, but then they wanted to come in because they could see there were other cats having fun in the house that they wanted to play with. Yeah. But yeah, I want to get back to some kind of music. I don't know what else I could do musically. I mean, even piano. I don't want to. I'm not a very good piano player. I mean, guitar is my main instrument, but I hope to be able to get back to that soon. Yep, that's a cat behind me. Can you see? It's a lake. Yeah, there we go. Yes. Isn't that? See, I put throws over the couch. The couch has been pretty scratched to pieces, but it's still kind of intact. I am able to launder the upholstery if ever there's an accident. He's kind of sunk down between the kind of back cushion and the back. Oh, and here's Jiminy Kitten. Come on, Jiminy. Say hello. you doing, Ziggy? It's a relaxation video. That's Sooty down there with the toy. The toy was a free gift from Chewy because I used Chewy.com to get the food and the cat litter delivered. And this was a recent, I think it was like a Christmas present or something. But you know, I've had other toys, but they really seem to like this one. And it's lasted well. This is much better made than some I've had. But I'm glad you like it. Thank you for sticking with this as well, you know. Yeah, he's about 4 years old, Sooty. But he still turns into a kitten when there's a toy. Oh, well. So I'm not keeping up with the chat. Is that right, Goals? Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Your picture is Mr. Pickles, Yvonne. Okay. Yes, indeedy. Oh, thank you everyone for joining and for bearing with me. I appreciate it again. You know, I'm sorry I'm not able to play any live music tonight, but yeah, it was nice doing a live stream and catching up with everyone. And I'm glad to pass on the news that um, I've achieved the necessary viewing hours and subscriptions to monetize the channel. I'm just waiting for YouTube to verify that it can be monetized. And they say it can take them up to a month. So we'll see what happens. And yeah, just to catch you up with, the hand still needs to heal and may need some kind of treatment. I don't know yet. So I'm going to see how it goes this weekend. If it's not significantly better by Monday, I'm going to go to a clinic and have it looked at. But yeah, I appreciate this. So yeah, I mean, I can do another live stream tomorrow like this, or I could set up the computer and do, is it StreamYard I've done before? If anyone wants to join the chat and maybe we can talk about music and cats or something, if that would be something people would want or want to see or want to watch or take part in, what do you think? Okay. Okay, I can look at that tomorrow. And does this kind of time still suit everyone? I mean, I generally start these things around 10 p.m. Arizona time, or sometimes a bit, tonight it was 10:20, but okay. Yeah, I can do that. I'll look at that. And so yeah, keep a lookout for a notification when I go live tomorrow. And maybe we can have a thing where we can have people in the chat and we can talk about music, we can talk about cats, we can talk about movies. You know, I wanted to go and see the new Nosferatu movie. I even was thinking about going to see it Christmas Day, but I was just too tired and too much to do anyway, even though I'm here on my own with the cats, but there was enough to do. But I still want to go see it. And I've been careful to avoid watching too many clips of it because I don't want any spoilers, and I'm not reading too much about it now. But I want to go see it. But yeah, let's do that. Tomorrow then, maybe I'll set something up. So if you're around and you want to join in the chat, we can kind of come in and talk. And you can if you set yourselves up so you're ready to video chat on the stream. Yeah, we can do that. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. You'd like that, wouldn't you? Hmm? Yeah. Yeah. I try. If you go on my channel, you see, it was many years ago. I wrote and recorded that vampire song, and that's why, if you go to my channel, one of my recent video uploads was Nosferatu sneak peek, and it was actually my video song. I was trying to do a Rickroll thing on people, you know, think, oh wow, a new clip of the Nosferatu movie, then it would play my original vampire song. So check that out, yeah. Go to my channel. One of my recent video uploads was Nosferatu sneak peek or something like that, and it's actually an original vampire song that I put out, oh, about 12 years ago or something now, maybe longer. Oh, you'd love it, Gerard. Yeah, please check out my vampire song, my original vampire song on my channel. Yeah, well, thank you, everyone. I'd better wind up now and feed the cats. So, okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to sign off now. Thank you all for coming. I so appreciate it. Thank you for my moderators. I didn't even have to ask. You turned up and you did a wonderful job moderating again, keeping the channel a nice place and giving me peace of mind, and I appreciate you. So let's do this. Check out my vampire song, and tomorrow around the same time, watch out for a notification for me going live, and I'll set up the computer so I can invite people on to, you know, to be part of the video, and we can talk about stuff. Okay, that'd be wonderful. I look forward to seeing you all then. Thank you all again. I appreciate it. So, I do. Thank you, Alma. I appreciate you too. So yeah, Gemini, Geron, Alma, wonderful moderators. So yeah. Yep. So let's meet up tomorrow around the same time. I'll set the computer up, and we can have invite people on, and we talk about stuff. And maybe, you know, I'm sure the kiddies will be there too. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Hope to see you tomorrow. Take care. If you're going to sleep now, sleep well. If this is your morning, have a good day. But thank you for your support, and thank you for the company. I really do appreciate it. I've enjoyed doing this. I hope to get back to doing live music again soon, but in the meantime, yeah, it's great just to hang out with you. Thank you. And hope to see you all tomorrow, okay? Good night. Take care.